Okay. Hey guys, it's Nahuna. If you want to see how I achieved this makeup look using these products from WYN Beauty by Serena Williams, then keep watching. Starting on freshly cleansed base, which is my pretty face. I've done my skincare. I've put on some moisturizer, an eye patch, so we're ready to apply. And it had been sitting for a while. First, we're going to use the Danessa Myricks. We're going to be using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Base, Yummy Skin Balm, Blurring Balm Powder for your face and eyes as like a primer. But I know that you can also use this by itself when you want to go outside just for like coverage. So it comes with a spatula like this, and the DM part goes on the bottom when you put it in here. So this is what the product looks fresh, and just gonna press into it. Wow, a lot of it got underneath my nail, so don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm just gonna put it where I know I have some, you know, I would probably need some coverage, which is right here. I have some blemishes from recent breakouts because of the changing season. I'm going to blend it in with my finger. Oh wow, that gives great coverage. And for here, really, I'm just going to make that as light as possible. I'm not taking it to the under eyes. I'm not going to take it to the under eyes. I'm just going to put that where I would need coverage. I'm trying to make sure I sit back so this thing doesn't become blurry, because if you saw the previous video with the Forever Mood fragrances, that video was just a tad bit blurry, and I don't know why. So I don't know why. Okay, so here I really love the amount of coverage that this product has. It's really, I can see myself wearing this in the summer, like just to go out. Yeah, I can totally see myself wearing this. I have some redness here. In the change of the season, that's when I usually get like seasonal allergies. Like anytime the seasons change, I get allergies, and that's when I break out. My skin just cannot handle it. I have some redness under my nose because of like kind of that same issue with the seasons changing. I'm literally just gonna pat this in where I need the coverage. Yeah, I see patting gives more coverage. Oh yeah, I love this product. It took me a really long time to try it, and this is in the color 8.5. Yeah. Let's see how much of that covers. Not bad. Not bad at all. So basically I'm just spot correcting here with the blurring balm powder. Any kind of blemishes I see. Yeah, this was a perfect color for me. I really, let's see. I know under here I have some blemishes. Nobody's gonna see it, but gotta be thorough. Gotta be thorough. Okay, so this is a win for me. The blurring balm powder, 10 out of 10. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I love it. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so as you can see, it covered up a lot for the most part. Oh wow, that's really nice. You can still see a little bit of my blemishes, but not as much as before. Definitely not as much as before. We're gonna go into the Featuring You Hydrating Skin Enhancing Tint, Broad Spectrum SPF 30. I got the shade Pinnacle and the number 330. So this claims to be hydrating, so we will see. Hydrating, and it has SPF 30, so we'll see. When using this product, keep out of your eyes, rinse with water to remove. Apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure. Reapply at least every 2 hours. Use water-resistant sunscreen if swimming or sweating immediately after towel drying, at least every 2 hours. Children under 6 months of age, ask a doctor. Which kids should not be wearing this? So sun protection measures, spending time in the sun increases your, I mean, there are kids who go out for pageants, I'm sure, probably underneath sunlight, so they might need something like this. Okay, well, it says light buildable coverage, naturally radiant finish, suitable for all skin types, including sensitive skin, which I have very sensitive skin, especially this time of year. The bottle, and I hear it moving in there. And then I'm going to pump. Hold on. Let me just turn it. Okay, so one thing I can say is the color is pretty nice when you see it in person, but once you've already like touched makeup, you can see how it will get dirty. So you probably have to maintain the look of it. If you're gonna leave it on your beauty, on any, like your beauty table, you'd have to like clean it because it could get dirty with makeup. Yeah, I hope you can see that, like, it can get dirty. Okay, that was a whole pump, right? Yeah. Now I'm gonna go in with my Nikki LaRose BK Beauty N17 brush with the light side, which is for liquid foundations and liquid products. Okay, there's a blemish here. Let's see how it does, but to cover it up. And this is on a clean brush, so it should give the best performance because the brush is clean. Okay, it doesn't take too much to like get it on. Oh, doesn't take too much to get it on. So one pump did not cover a lot of surface area for me. And I have a pretty small face, so let's go again, a full pump. And let's see. Here. It smells, you can kind of smell, it smells fresh and clean, yes. It smells like, I would say, it smells fresh and clean. You can definitely smell a little bit of sunscreen scent in there, but like it's not obnoxious. It's definitely not an obnoxious sunscreen scent, but you can smell that there's a little bit of sunscreen in here, which is reassuring. It's definitely reassuring. I have this pimple and it's so irritable. I just pumped like half a pump again, just to get the bottom portion. One thing I noticed, this line of skin tint is the most stark colors I have ever seen, from the lightest shades to the darkest shades. Usually you go into a store and you see a skin tint or a foundation and it says like porcelain, right, as like the color shade name. You see porcelain, you definitely could tell it would be more so of a white color. But when you go in store, like I dare you guys to go into the store and look at the shade range for this product. And when you look at some of the colors that's for like the lighter skin complexions, some of them are like as white as my background. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but like for me, what I've seen, I've never seen nothing like that before. So I'm guessing since they did that, there must have been some white women out there who couldn't find their colors in other brands, since like I've never seen nothing like that before. Yes, granted, this skin tint does oxidize. I will show you what I mean. I'm gonna pump a little bit of this on, and then I'm gonna go on to do like my concealer and other things, and then I'll come back and show you like what it looks like without me touching it, just with like it oxidizing, because clearly, as you can see, when I first applied it on my face, it wasn't this dark, even though the color matches my neck. Like, this is one of the best matches I've had for my neck. Wow, it's really beautiful in person. Like, I don't know if it's translating as like beautiful like through the camera, but in person is really pretty. Really, really pretty. And just do a little touch up. I'm not gonna put too much. So when I first do it, this is with my clean finger. When you first pump it out, that's how clear it is. And then I'm just gonna wipe it down a little bit like that. Make a little swatch like this. And we're gonna leave it there. That's how it starts off. And now I'm gonna move on to something else, and we can see what it looks like after a little while. Let me check the time. What I'm noticing too is that if I wanted to, I could have just brought it up here and it would have basically covered some of the dark circle that I have here, but I just wanted to just do my regular routine. Usually I'm trying, if I'm gonna wear concealer, I'm not bringing it all the way up here, but on a day where I would just wanna do a little bit of coverage, I could just wear the Melissa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder, put this on top, and bring it all the way up to under my eye, and that would be sufficient for coverage for me. So here, this is a Bobbi Brown in the color, this is the Bobbi Brown Skin Corrector Stick in color Very Deep Bisque. So I'm gonna only put a little bit of this on. 2 swipes, 2 light swipes is all you need. Next, we're gonna go in with the Nothing to See Soft Matte Creamy Concealer. So let's just take it out of the packaging. And this, I like the way it looks, so I would give it a 9 out of 10 because it is emphasizing texture, but I already had put stuff under it. So, and of course my skin is going through it because of allergy season. Okay, so now this is the concealer in the color 315 Fulfill. Okay. All right, so I had put this skin tint on. If you guys remember, I had put the skin tint on here at 08, and this is what it's looking like right now, and it's 12. So I had put it on at 108 and now it's 112, and that's what it's looking like now. 4 minutes later, and it looks like this. So it oxidizes, but it matches me pretty well, which is why I would say if you're buying this, really go into the store. Okay, so this is what my under eyes look like after, you know, I've put the corrector on, right? And so we're gonna go for concealer next. All right, I'm gonna try to remind myself to sit back. So I do have a crease. So now I'm just going to put one. Okay. To blend out my color corrector and my concealer, I use the same brush, which is the N16 Nikki La Rose and BK Beauty brush. So I'm gonna let it sit down for a little bit while I get my Groundworks palette. Here I'm gonna use the palette to fill in my brows and for liner. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when I blend this out. Okay, well, that did a really good job. Okay, that did a really good job. And just put one little dot here. Oops, this concealer is pretty watery too. It's a more watery consistency than I'm used to. So just be careful with that. But really the coverage is impressive. You can literally just go right in and blend it out. Almost as soon as you put it on the skin. So I'm impressed by the concealer. Yeah, I would say 9 out of 10 here as well. It's really good. Okay, now, well, let me close my palette. Now I'm gonna go in, and though it doesn't look like it needs to be set, I'm still gonna set my concealer with the Kosas Cloud Set powder in the color Pillowy, which is what I usually use for my other products. The technique I use for setting my concealer is I start patting in the powder to lock in the concealer where I need the most coverage. So right at that groove here. That's where I need the most coverage. And then right above that groove, and right below it just to blend it. And then I move out. And I move in to the inner corner and back out until everything in that area is set. And there's no red, there's no gray. Everything is all one color and it's seamless. That's how I like it to look. So now for the most part, everything is pretty flawless and I really enjoy that. So I'm just gonna go in a little bit more, make sure, just lightly. That crease is gonna be there, so I don't mind. I'm going to go in with my Nikki LaRose N11 brush and my Groundworks Defining Neutrals palette, and I'm gonna go into the color, and I'm gonna go into the color Sculpted, which is this color, to fill in my brows. Because there's, she did have a brow pencil, I think, but I didn't get it. I think that's what happened because I already used, I love the shade. This is like the perfect shade for me for my brow. So, and I'm using my makeup products, so I didn't want to get anything else. I'm gonna go in here. Okay. And then while we're here, I'm just gonna go in with one of my precision eyeliner brushes, and I'm gonna go into the color, Bark. Wait, should I use Bark or should I use, well, I'm gonna stick true to what I really prefer for myself when it comes to makeup. So I would, on a regular day, go with Bark. So let's do Bark. And this is how I would wear this, right? So looking straight forward. And I would bring that about 3/4 of the way in, or like halfway in. Today is more so like 3/4 of the way in. And I'm gonna fill it up, which is perfect. This is how it looks. I'm gonna go in again into Bark and do the other side. I hope that wasn't too much. And then look straight forward. And pull it in. Bring that 3/4 of the way in. Okay, so this one looks a little bit stark. So let's make this one stark as well. Okay, so that's how the eyeliner is looking. Yep. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this brow, but it's not cooperating, so I'm gonna leave it alone because the more I touch it, the worse it gets. Because there's a little breakout right here, and the more I touch the brow, the more hectic it gets. So I'm just gonna leave it alone, and we're gonna pretend like it matches the other one. So the concealer is a yes for me. It's creasing. Let me see if it creases more than the concealer that I would use. There's a second line under the one that I usually get, but I am sitting under all these lights. So yes, it creases. It's not crease proof. Let me see if they said that it was crease proof. Medium buildable coverage, soft matte finish, truly unstoppable Hydra Complex for up to 72 hours of skin hydration. Is cruelty-free formula. Doesn't say anything about being creaseless. So a weightless concealer with medium buildable coverage. Dot under eyes or anywhere you want extra coverage and tap until blended. Well, I can definitely agree with the anywhere you want extra coverage part, because if I were to get this concealer in the shade 330, which they do have 330, this skin tint, I mean, is in the shade 330 Pinnacle, and this concealer is in the shade 315 Fulfill, and they're a great complement to each other. But I do feel like if I were to want to, you know, like have more coverage for these breakouts here, I could just get 330 in the concealer formula and use that for like spot correcting, and it would work perfectly. So that's to note, but I'm happy with this. This is good for me. All right, so now we are going to move along to, what's this? We're gonna move along to bronzer. And for bronzer, we are going to be using the Fenty. Now we're gonna move along to bronzer. And for bronzer, we're gonna be using the Fenty Cream bronzer. It's called Cheek Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer. I've been waiting for my battery to charge for an hour. And in that hour, I noticed something. So I'm gonna look up and you're gonna see that the concealer that did crease, and it creased more than like my other concealers that I use. But for me personally, I don't mind it, because if it's gonna crease, it's gonna crease. My thing is how is the color performance? And the color performance here is really good. I enjoy the way that it looks, but you can see that it does crease. And I just waited for the thing to charge for an hour. So I'm gonna look up and you're gonna see. And You're gonna see. Then I pull it, let me just pull it down with the brush. You see? Can you see all that concealer just piled in there? And this is the other side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna blend it out again. Let me use a different brush. Just lightly blending that out. And here on this side as well. And I noticed not only did it crease here, but it also creased right underneath my bottom lashes, which I've never seen happen before. So, like right here, close to the waterline, it was creasing there. So it creases, but what I enjoy about the concealer is the color. The color is really good. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the color 6 Chocolate. And I'm gonna use that with my Merit brush. This brush is really good with this bronzer because this bronzer is pretty deep and it's really pigmented. But when you use this brush, it applies very softly. Just to soften this part up a little bit, I'm gonna soften I think I put a little bit extra on this side, so I'm gonna soften that just a bit, just to make it a little bit more, okay, blended. And this is a clean brush, by the way, that's why it's softening that up a bit. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the MVP Most Versatile Pigment Multifunction Lip and Cheek Color. So I'm gonna go in first as a blush, and this is the color. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hands first. I'm not gonna apply it directly to my cheeks because it's like pushing it back out. There you go. Alright, So with that clean brush I was using earlier, I'm going to just, let's see, why is it doing that? I'm gonna just use a flip for it. So I'm just gonna get it all over and apply. Apply. So this side got just a little bit more. What does that green? I need just a little bit more on the other side. Okay. Whew. Okay. There. Oh wow. All right, so this is like a brick reddish color. This is what it looked like on my hand, and this is what it looks like on my face. Okay. I like it. It's really nice. Currently I don't have any red blushes, and this is like my only red blush, and it's still giving me, it's still okay. I'm comfortable with it. I don't feel like it's too much. Let me just add some to my forehead. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. Okay, this thing is just falling off. Right. This one went all the way up, so how about we just put that all the way up here? And then just dust a little bit down here. Boom. Okay, so next I'm going to I'm gonna use the Sephora collection in the color, the Sephora collection luminizer in the color Glitzy Gold. Like, once I noticed that the application of these products is very matte, I feel like that can be attributed to I feel like that can very much be attributed to the Danessa Myricks blurring balm powder, because remember when I was putting on the this one, right? I just put a little bit on top of my eyelids, and if you can see when I go like this, you can see like it's become a little oily, but everywhere else I applied isn't, because I don't think I applied any of the Danessa Myricks blurring balm powder to my eyelids. But after I've put on the blush cheek and lip thing, like I see a little bit more of a radiance there. So, but we'll just add a little bit of this. Okay, I think that should suffice. Oh, wow. Okay, so now just to really take this look over the top, I'm going to add, just going to do a small eyeshadow look. I'm going to use my Eyes to Mesmerize in the color Chocolate Bronze, and I put some of it here. I'm putting it on my brush. And then I'm gonna put some, so that's this side, and get some more. This side. I'm gonna put it onto the brush. I'm being super careful not to go into the liner because I didn't set it down with the powder version, so I'm being careful about not blending into that. Very subtle. Okay, so that was Chocolate Bronze. And then now I'm gonna go into Oyster Pearl and put that using this flat brush. Let's make sure it's clean. I'm also using that in the inner corner as a highlight. Okay. Alright, so these I have to be super careful with them so that they don't dry out. Oh, this is what it looks like. Those eyeshadows. And then now, let us, I feel like this color is so, ouch. To use this as my lip color, I really truly feel like, ouch. To use this as my lip color, I do think I'm gonna need to wear a liner. What's happening here? Why does that look like that? Okay, so I'm gonna use my liner brush and I'm gonna dip into, which one can I use? Let me test it and see. Doop, 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 doop. That was Bark. This is Harvest. Okay. And this is Sculpted. Okay, so I think Harvest. Okay, so I'm going to use what I usually use for lip liner. Here. I'm gonna go into Harvest and use that as my lip liner. And I'm thinking I'm not gonna put a lot. I'm gonna be very frugal about the amount of okay. I'm gonna be very frugal about the amount of that lip and cheek product that I use on my lips because the color is very pigmented. I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it on my hand. I'm going to use my N12 brush from Nikki LaRose. Just, it's a stiffer brush, so okay, maybe I need a little bit more. Yeah, I need a bit more than that. So on your cheeks. Okay, let's see. I need more of the product for your lips. Let's see. I like this. This is pretty subtle. Just do a little more. Just to reinforce that color. here. Okay, and that's it. So this is the only reddish blush now that I have. The last product to try from this is the Big Vision Lengthening and Defining Tubing Mascara. And unlike the concealer, the full tube of this is green, which is nice and different. Okay. Okay. So they have like a flat side, and then they have like a circular, not circular, more oval side. Not sure what the difference is, but let's try the flat side to brush the hairs up, and then we'll try the oval side this way to brush over top of them. So flat side first to go under. And then dip again. I'm gonna use the more oval side to go down on top and pull it up. And then I'm gonna do the other side. There we go. And, ooh. And there we go. There we go. Wow. I'm messing up. I'm gonna wait until that dries. 2. Clean it up. Okay. Oh, my back is hurting. Okay. Wow. Let's see. I wouldn't really even wear, wow, look at that. That elongates the lashes, that's the truth. Can you see that? Okay, so this is what that looks like. Okay. So I'm gonna let that dry down. Then I'm gonna put on my setting spray. Okay. If you notice, I didn't powder any area except for the under eye. And that's what that looks like. So now, let's see if it's dry. Looks like it's dry. Okay. I've been trying out the One Size Beauty Until Dawn setting spray, and we're gonna use that today. Okay, my face already looks pretty matte, but we're gonna spray it on just because, you know, we want to keep this to be as long lasting as possible. And we'll see how long it lasts. And what I noticed with the One Size setting spray is that it makes your makeup even more mattifying. So I really like that. Okay. Okay, so this is what the finished face looks like. I'm impressed. WYN Beauty by Serena Williams. Okay, let me let down my hair because this okay. Mascara, 10 out of 10. I guess some people might say it will probably look like a little spidery eyes, but I don't mind. I like the way this looks. So let me see here. It says unique arch brush helps define from root to tip. I can say yes, I agree with that claim. Special polymer blend wraps each lash individually, enhancing length and hold. Yeah, I would say I can see that as well. So okay, so this is the finished makeup look. Okay, lucky. And I think it's beautiful. Overall, I can say I do enjoy these products, and just like you saw in this video, if I was to wear this skin tint again, I would definitely always pair it with the Danessa Myricks primer. I think that gives you the best result. What is the best part about these two products? In my opinion, the best part about these two products, which is the complexion products, are the colors. I've never come across a color match that's good. What Serena Williams managed to do with the complexion is that match I've never had before. So I definitely would say the colors are beautiful for her products. The concealer, yes, it creases, but I don't mind because this concealer is gonna crease, so hey. Finally, the cheek and lip product. It's beautiful. The color is Arrive. It's, when you first put it on, it seems like it could be a bit stark, but then you just keep working on it, and it just comes down to a very subtle look, and it's beautiful. I will keep wearing this product. This is the only red I have in my makeup. And this mascara is the only black mascara I have. The only other mascara I have is a brown. And this mascara is so good. This mascara is amazing because I don't know if you can see that, like, because the backdrop here is white, so I'm hoping you could see like how this mascara accentuates my lashes. Like, I really think their claim, they got it correct, because I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to show you. I would recommend these products from WYN Beauty, especially if you're pairing them with the products you saw me using today. To use the products that I have tried today, I would definitely recommend, if you have like a mattifying primer, to use it with that as your base. And if you have the One Size Until Dawn setting spray, and use it with that, and you will get something similar to this, because I have combination oily in my T-zone, and then sometimes like certain parts of my face can feel a little dry, but right now I'm loving the outcome of this. And if you are enjoying how my hair looks today, it is because I have a previous video where I'm refreshing my braids. I just did the same part with like the same pattern, edge control, and the styling cream, the Palo Santo styling cream, and I used the clips to clip them back, like how you would retwist some locks. That's really what I did here. And then I tied it down with my headscarf, and I let it stay like that for a while. And once I took off the headscarf, this was the finished product. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next how-to. I hope you guys have made time to watch the previous video on the Forever Mood fragrances. If you haven't, you should go check that out. I think you'd really like to see my opinion on them. And I'll see you in the next video. I hope that this video has inspired you to really take care of yourself and to give yourself some luxuries in life, because you as a single mother deserve it. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye.